Hi fam, if you're looking for an audio interface for either music or simple video or audio production, I think I've done enough reviews for items that you can try out. We started with the Tun Q22, we did the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, the one that I'm currently using to record this video, and today I have with me the Behringer u-phoria UMC202HD. It is a 2 input to output audio interface that you can get at a budget, if you are on a budget, that is. Compared to the Focusrite Scarlett Y2, the price could be double. So let's have a look at what we have in this box and how it functions, and then later we can do a comparison between this Behringer u-phoria UMC202HD to the Focusrite when we have different microphones plugged on each of them. So it comes in simple package. It doesn't have like so much, just a plain box with the name here, a QR code for the user manual. So the user manual doesn't come as a piece of paper like we're used to. You're given a QR code where you can scan and get to understand how to use it. So inside we just have the item properly packed. So we have a cable first, a USB-B to A cable, and then we have the interface itself in here. Nothing else, just that. So it's properly protected for transportation, that is just to ensure it is safe. So it is a small, compact and portable audio interface that you can carry around and use if you're a person who does gigs, moves from one place to the other. This is a device that you can easily carry around. So on the interface, on the front part, we have two XLR inputs, input 1 and input 2, and then you have the gain knobs on this end too for the inputs. This is for input 1, gain knob for input 1, and this is gain knob for input 2. So they are both, it's labeled down here. You can see we have gain 1, gain 2, and then we have the inputs, and then we have this for an general output if you have something like a speaker, so you can use this to control the volume of the output. At the end here we have the headphone volume knob, so you can use this for monitoring. At the top we have buttons, so we have instrument line in, we have a pad if you are using a pad, we have another instrument line in, that is if you are using these inputs for instruments, you have a button to turn it on. So if I'm using let's say input 1 for something like a guitar, I can press that to turn it on. And then we have a pad here also for each of that. We have direct monitoring, so if you're doing something like mixing and you want to, or maybe just recording, but you want to hear what you're recording, you can turn this on to monitor and play around with the volume as well. So on the back part we don't have much. So this input does not allow any MIDI connection, so you must understand that before purchasing it. At the back we have the main outputs, left and right. If you have a studio monitoring speakers, you can connect them here and control the volume using the output knob that I showed you in the front part. We have the phantom power. So anytime you're using an XLR microphone or a condenser microphone, that is not XLR, condenser microphone, you're going to need to turn on the phantom power, otherwise it will not work. So you have to make sure that you turn this on before using a condenser microphone. For dynamic microphones like this here, you don't need to turn on this if you're using the interface, but if you're using something like the Focusrite condenser microphone, you need to turn that on. At the very end, it only has one power port, so the USB type B, this here, so that goes in there, and then the other end goes into your PC, or if you have something like a docking station, that's where you can plug it. So we're going to test this. We are going to plug it into our interface here. So I'm going to use, I have a docking station. I can show it here. This is the docking station. You might not see it. So I'm going to connect this cable to my docking station here. When I connect it, if it works, I should see some light on the front. I have to make sure that it is connected, so that means it hasn't picked yet. So you notice that once it is connected, you now see the light here, but the phantom power is already on. So the phantom power is on, so that's why you're seeing that light. So if I turn this off now, the phantom power off, you notice that that will go off, the lower part. So I can turn that back on, see that red light. Now I'm going to use the condenser microphone. That's why I've turned on the phantom power. So let me get that. So this is my condenser microphone connection. So I'm going to plug this in here. I'm going to use input 2, and then I'm going to adjust the knob for input 2 too. Once I've connected this here, I'm going to have to make a slight change. So I'm going to go to the recording software that I'm using here and change out a bit of settings so that you can get to hear the audio on this as well as on this. Yes, I'm going to go to settings here and change a bit of channels, and then we can see. So I'll go to audio and choose auxiliary 2 as this, and click on OK. So if I speak here, it's too high, it's speaking quite fast because this is a condenser microphone and the pickup range is too high. So this is connected to the Behringer u-phoria UMC202HD, and then this here is the this here is for the Focusrite. So I have to speak a bit closer. This is a dynamic microphone, this is a condenser microphone, and if I get closer, audio becomes distorted. It has a better pickup range, but you can hear the difference between the let me move a bit to the side, the u-phoria UMC202 and the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So if you are a beginner creator and you want to try a new interface, this is a recommended budget audio interface that gives you as much a good quality audio, though it might not compare to the Focusrite or other maybe premium audio interfaces, but it does a good job. It's better than the Tun Q22, the one that we reviewed before, even though that is also like a starter version. It is one step or two steps above the Tun Q22, but it's still something that is considered maybe mid-range for beginner creators. So you can purchase this. You can do a much cheaper one like Tun or other unpopular companies, but this is one of those that you can try. So later we are going to create a video and then we'll compare the audio, like singing audio, between the Behringer UMC202HD and the Focusrite Scarlett 4th generation, and you'll see just how much features the Focusrite version has, the Focusrite option has, compared to the Behringer UMC202. So that's it. If you find this helpful, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel for more tech reviews, and you can also leave comments down there to help us understand what we might have omitted, or if you have questions as well.